Good morning, y'all. I just wanted to do this video before I forget what I have to say. And yeah, as usual, I got the bonding on. It's a little high because I got my hair in a high bun. But I was just watching a video on Instagram of Waka Flocka and Tammy. They did an interview about marriage and perseverance in their marriage and forgiveness in their relationship. And Waka said something that really stood out to me. He talked about how during their separation, I think he said he enjoyed the time, but he explained that, her during their separation, she was still on the show, and he would watch the show, and obviously, you see her going through it on the show and being hurt and crying, but you see her refocusing on her and stuff like that. And obviously, behind the scenes, he knew, that she was doing her and taking care of her family. But he said that during that time, he saw that she was so focused on herself and on her family, and it gave him an opportunity to reevaluate, where has this job taken me? Where has this job steered Waka? And he said, it gave me an opportunity to separate Waka Flocka from Joaquin. And it just was like a aha kind of thing. And because me and my husband, we separated before we were married. When we were still just dating, we broke up. I broke up with him for a while, and I won't get into it in this video, but I'll do it in another video. But just so I can stay on topic and focus, we broke up, and during that time, he would, every day he would call me, text me, send me video messages, all kinds of things. I never responded to any of them, but still, without fail, he would send me morning messages, morning texts, morning videos, nighttime texts, nighttime videos, and all this stuff. He'd be apologizing. He'd be updating me and telling me hey, I started going to counseling. Hey, this is what I've been going through. Hey, this is what I've been dealing with, working on in counseling. Hey, I've been heavy in the Word, reading my Bible. I've been talking to men of God and family, spending time with families of God, and I'm really learning a lot and spending more time with God and understanding, getting closer to God and learning who I am in Christ. And he would open up about a lot of things that have happened in his past, and his realization of how things affected him, things from his past, how they affected him in the present, and realizing and understanding how he got to where he was, how he got to the point where he lost a good woman, how he, did the things that he did, and, really realizing that he didn't like himself and he was not happy and that he needed to change, not just for me, but for him, for, who he thought he was and who he wanted to be. They were not matching up. And, he when we got back together, he would talk about that, we had to, he's like, I hated it. I hated being apart from you, but I really needed that. You had to leave me for me to become a man. You had to leave me for me to learn all these things. And, I would say, when everything, in the thick of things, when things are going on, I'm like, you're a fuck boy. Plain and simple. Plain and simple, you know. And I don't usually have a filter, and I did not have one in those times. And I straight told him, you know, I told him how he made me feel. I told him the things that he was doing. I told him straight up, you know, you think you're this good guy, you think you're a good man. No, you're an F-boy. And, you know, so even now, like, you know, we'll be having conversations, and, you know, sometimes he'll be like, oh, we're both trying not to swear so much, him more than me. I mean, it doesn't bother me too much. But I do try to cut back on the harsh swears, like the F word and the S word. I said it there, just, you know. Anyway, but, you know, he'll be like, you know, back when I was a fake boy, you know, I used to think, like, we would have conversations, and, you know, and even now, like, we'll have conversations, and he'll be like, you know, when I was a fake boy, and blah, 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 and, like, so he's still even, you know, connecting things and realizing things and learning and growing from that. And I think as women, I think sometimes we don't want to let go, you know, for various reasons, you know. Some of us might feel like Captain Save 'em, we're like, oh, we can fix him, I can show him the way. Some of us feel like, if I let him go, all this time I spent, all this work I put in, some other woman's gonna come in and reap the benefits. Like, as soon as I let him go, he's gonna miraculously get his stuff together and find somebody new and marry her and do all the stuff that he should have been doing with me, with her. Or, you know, we just don't want to let go for, you know, we don't want to be alone. We don't really recognize the situation that we're in. We might not realize that we're dealing with an F-boy. We might not see it that way. We might not realize, you know, the brevity of the situation that we're in. We might have hope that, you know, he's going to change. It's going to get better. You just need to thug it out. You might have a warped mentality of, oh, I need to be a ride or die. I need to hold him down no matter what. This is what a good woman is. This is what a good woman does. You know, so there's lots of different reasons why we don't let go, why we hold on. And, I just want you guys to know and to understand there is power in separation. There's power in space. And that power really comes from God. When you're able to separate, take space, and give God room to work, give God room to do what he does, amazing things happen. Amazing things happen. When you let go, like that, let go and let God, that's for real. You know, people say it, they hear it, they don't like to hear it, it's cliche, whatever, but it's for real. It's cliche, and people say it for a reason, because it's for real. When you let go and you let God come into a situation, watch what he does with that situation. Just watch. He's either gonna nourish it, flourish it, it's gonna grow and become something better than you ever could have thought, or he's gonna completely tear that down and deliver you from that situation. Either way, it's a blessing, you know, because if he delivers you from that situation, that's a situation you should not have been in. That's him coming in, Captain Save 'em. That's him coming to your rescue, you know. He is delivering you from whatever pitfall is ahead of you, or pitfall that you're currently falling into. You know, and if he comes in and he builds you up, he builds up your partner, he turns your lives around, look at God. You know what I mean? So it's ignore the crusties. I just woke up and I was like, I had to like I said, I had to say all this before I forgot. So ignore my appearance. But you know, so don't look at a separation or a breakup as the end of the world. It is an end, you know, it's an end of a relationship. And it, you know, God willing, it's the end of a very negative one. And, you know, if you two do end up getting back together, make sure you pray on that first. Don't just be like, oh, he wants me back. Oh, he texts me every day and every night. Oh, he loves me. Because when my husband, when he was doing that, texting me every day, every night, I didn't care. I didn't respond to not one message. I was watching the videos and reading the messages though, and I was seeing the progression and seeing the growth, and I would pray on it. And God, if this is meant to be, if this is who you want me to be with, make it work. I don't know how you're going to do that, but you're God. If it's meant to be, you're going to make it work. So I pray that if this is your will, make it known. Let it be known to me so I can be in line. Sorry, I had to make a change of scenery. What was I saying? So yeah, don't for a second look at a separation, and don't and when I say separation, don't like go into it with the intention of, oh, we're just separated, we're gonna come back at some point. No, if you're gonna do it with the intention of ending things and just letting go of that whole entire situation. Let me see, can I put this here and it won't fall? See, because I got some stuff going on with my head that I got some stuff going on with my head that y'all don't need to be seeing. I need to do my hair. And I'm packing up this place. You see all the mess. Yeah, anyway, off topic. You know, don't look at it as like, oh, we need to take a break. That never works. That never works, because your partner sees that as a hall pass. Or let me rephrase that. An F-boy sees that as a hall pass, you know, to go out there and do whatever they want. They think they're single, but they still got a woman that, you know, when she's ready, she's going to come back. So you can't be like, oh, we need to take a break. Because then for them, it doesn't register like, damn, I lost a good one. Or damn, like this is really a negative consequence to my actions. They don't ever see it like that. So if you're going to do it, you need to do it. You need to let go of that person. You need to break up with them. You need to end it. You know, that's a lot easier if you're in just a dating relationship. When you're married, it's a little bit trickier, especially if there's kids involved. Because in a marriage, it really is a legal separation. So you guys would still be married. You guys could still come back together without, you know, having to end the marriage or anything like that. And if you're married, but you guys need that separation to, you know, like I said, like you guys need to reevaluate things and you need to let God come into a situation. You don't want to just divorce, and then like you don't want the divorce to be that breakup. In that case, then yes, a legal separation is your means of separating and giving space to God to come in and do what he does. But if you're in a regular relationship, you're not married, break up. Break up. That sounds so bad. And don't do it thinking it's a tool. Don't use it as a tactic or anything like that, because that's not going to work either. You have to do it. If you're going to do it, you're doing it on the faith that God is going to come in and move over that situation. God is going to come in and move over your lives. That is you letting go, whatever God says that means. You have to do it with the understanding that this may be it. Like, this may be the end, and I'm okay with that, because this situation is not serving me well. It's hurting me. It's toxic. It's nothing positive. It's not what I want. I don't believe this is what God has for me. So you have to end that and be okay with that. Be okay that this is over, and accept that this isn't a break. We're not gonna come back and be together. This is it. This is the end. This is the end of this whatever this pain, this tragedy is. And it really is. Even if you guys do end up getting back together, it really is. When you made that break, that when you ended things, you ended that toxic relationship. And if you guys get back together and you let God come into your relationship, then when you do get back together with this person, it's not the same person. It's not the same person. You know what I mean? That's actually something I struggled with when me and my husband got back together. He really, internally, he was just so different. He moved different. He talked different. He behaved different. He carried himself different. Just everything internally was different. On the outside, he was the same person. He still had the same face as the person who hurt me. So it was really, really hard. For a very long time, I didn't want him touching me. I didn't like to be near him. And, I really had to warm up and get to know him again. And, he had to give me that space to feel comfortable and safe again. So, when you end it, you understand that you're ending it. You are ending a relationship with that person. And if God does not bring you two back together, then that is a blessing, because that's not someone you needed to be with in the first place. That's not a relationship you needed to be in. That's not a situation God had planned for you. And if he does bring you two back together, then understand that it's not like, oh, problem solved. Understand that if he brings you two back together, that if he's made changes in you or he's made changes in that other person, understand that it's not a one and done kind of fix. That's something that's a journey. Whether you understand, you need to understand that when you give God that space to come in and change you and move over you, you have started your walk with Christ. You have started your journey. I think that's another thing people don't really realize. Like, oh, God did it. God came through. Won't he do it? But not failing to understand that he did it because you're walking with him now. He did it because you've come into Christ. You've come into the body of Christ. That's why he was able to do what he did. And, and that's an everyday thing. That's an everyday journey. There is, until he calls us home, we're on this journey for the rest of this human life. You know what I mean? So It's not like, oh, he fixed me, I'm fixed forever, I've arrived, I'm good, you know, I'm a perfect person, or I'm exactly who I need to be. No, you're not. You're gonna keep growing. That's the amazing thing with God. He loves us so much that he doesn't let us stay in one place. He doesn't let us stay stagnant. Complacency and God do not mix, you know. So if he brings you two back together, understand that it means work. The work is beginning. You know, it's the start of a brand new relationship with spiritually, mentally, emotionally, and whatever else, you know, a new person. It's essentially a new person. The only thing that's the same is physical. The person is physically the same, but in every other sense, this is a whole new person, and this is a whole new, brand new relationship. And you have to treat it like that. And you have to learn the person, you know, all over again. You have to learn each other. You have to build trust. You have to continue to put in work and continue to grow together. You know, during that separation, God worked on you two individually. And he's still going to work on you two as individuals in your relationship if he brings you two back together. But you also have to understand that there's work that needs to be done together. You two have work to do together. You have to grow together. So I just wanted to share that. I don't even know what channel that video was on that I saw on Instagram, but they were on a radio show. I can't remember the guy's name. It's like right here in my head, and I cannot bring it here to my lips to say what the guy's name is. I can't think of it, but when he said what he said, I was like, wow. You just need to give space. Sometimes you need to separate from a situation, and not even just relationships, but anything. Sometimes you need to separate from people. Sometimes you need to separate from situations. You just need to give God space, time to move into a situation, to move in and do what he does. That's it. I just wanted to share that with you guys. I love you guys. Thank you for watching. It's a Saturday morning. So I hope you guys have a really good weekend. I hope you enjoy whatever it is you have planned for the day, for the weekend. Thank you for watching the video. I'm going to be posting some more videos. I'm gonna post another video later on today. Like I said in one of my other videos, I have all these recordings that I've done, and I just haven't uploaded them for whatever my reasons, for various reasons. But so I might upload another video. If I do, obviously I'm gonna have like an intro to that video, like, hey, this is from whatever and whatever. Anyway, thank you for watching the video. Thank you for watching the channel. If you got something out of this video, or if this video is something that somebody's going through it, and that hearing this might help them, put a thumbs up on the video, share the video. I know some people who need to hear what I just said. So, feel free to share the video. Subscribe to the channel if you're new, and if you're not new to the channel, I thank you for coming back. I thank you for supporting me, and I thank you for being a part of the Hidden.Survivor family. And I am going to get back to packing. That's what I'm doing this weekend. Fun. But yeah, that's it, guys. I thank you so much, and God bless you.